Hello everyone and welcome to today's Stocks and Crypto TA Charts live stream with me, No FOMO Charts. It is June 20th, 2022. It's Sunday, about 10 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're just coming fresh off from a USA holiday right now. The stock market was closed today on Monday. Excuse me, it's Monday today. It's June 20th, Monday. We had a holiday for stocks today, so it's Monday night here. And we have a short week this week for stocks. There's 4 days left, and we're going to start off with S&P 500 chart. But this time, we're going to look at the futures data. Okay, so just want to just remind people is that if somebody has a free account, a lot of the data that they're looking at, for example, if we go to SPY, I have a premium account, so yours might not look the same. But if somebody has a free account, first off, the data will be delayed, right? You'll see it here. Data is delayed by 15 or 20 minutes. Even if you have a pro or premium account with TradingView, it still might be delayed. So the reason why my data looks different is I pay for the real-time market data, about $20 to $25 a month. To TradingView, I bought the real-time market data. So that is available in a pro and premium account if somebody's interested in that, because it does matter to see the real-time data that's not delayed. And just to show an example of that, we're going to look at futures data. This is its own paid data, real-time data package from TradingView, right? Because if you look at SPY closed down here in this doji. But if you look at the futures, we're looking at Asia and Europe right now session. It's already rallying, right? So that's why it's slightly different data. Just need to put that out there. All right, this is just educational, so I have financial advice. It is not financial advice. Let's go ahead and get started here. S&P 500 futures ES1. So we're looking at day chart right now. And the interesting thing is, talking to my colleagues this past weekend, is we might see a potential bounce up in the market for day trading and swing trading. So the shorter term time frames, okay? The longer term trend still from 2022, this vertical pink line till now, we've been in a downtrend, okay, for 6 months straight. Or it took 6 months to confirm, 3 months to confirm, but it's been 6 months we've been in the downtrend. All right, so I just want to point that out to people. As long term, we're still in the downtrend, but medium term for swing trading is this on the daily is a potential morning star reversal bullish pattern. So the resistance that I'm looking at, multiple levels, okay? We turn on some indicators. We have our first support at 38.58. We have, our resistance 38.58, resistance at 3900. And if it goes really well, 4,000. The immediate resistance is just above 37.43 and 37.91. So this blue line area is the first level. Actually, I put in a yellow box. Okay, we're right under the yellow box right now. So I do want to be a little bit cautious in this particular scenario, because if USA wakes up tomorrow and there's any bearish news or anything like that, it could actually reject down from it, one more leg down. That's what happened last Thursday, Friday, as the European banks and the Swiss bank and the European bank basically raised their interest rate, surprise, overnight in reaction to USA Federal Reserve move. We crashed down from that. We had 1 day of hesitation doji. This is where the S&P 500 closed. And then we're bouncing up on futures right into a resistance zone. But there's plenty of room to go up. On our 4 hours chart, we did basically have a double bottom in the price. This is why futures, on the technical reason, is bouncing to the upside. Also, President Biden did release that news article on Bloomberg. He talked with ex-Treasury Secretary Larry Summers, and the headline is that recession is not inevitable. Basically, paraphrasing that it's not 100% we're going to go into recession. There's a chance, according to some of those financial models that Bloomberg was reporting this past week, they were saying last week 70 to 80% chance of recession based on some hedge fund or like some big institutional models. But that still means 20 to 30% chance of not going into recession, right? And so based off that headline and the technical double bottom is we bounced up to our pivot point resistance overnight, right? This is the Asia European, we're in the Asia session right now. So that's good. Now, tomorrow in the USA market, 6:30 a.m., 9:30 a.m., I'm curious is, okay, are we going to have bull follow through this weekend with some real volume? Okay, this is futures contracts, so the volume is a little bit misleading. But if we look at our target, 1.3%, 1.3% should go to 37.55 range. The X marks the spot. If it goes double that target to 3%, right, that could be R1. Okay, so we have to just watch out for that. We did also have a little double bottom on the RSI. Our weekly, we did just hit right above 30. Interesting. And this could be an interesting weekly double bottom on the RSI. Would be interesting if we rally up from this point in the stock market. Our 1 hour on the price is looking a little messy, but it's still in an uptrend, right? We had this double bottom as well, and it was in a bit of an ascending triangle. Let me draw that for people just for learning reference. And this was very visible. This particular ascending triangle. So the issue that I'm concerned about tomorrow is if we keep rallying overnight into the European session, it might be relatively high tomorrow morning on the hourly here on the RSI. Because again, if you see here on the 16th on the evening, it was oversold on the 1 hour, but now it's getting close. It's not quite overbought up here, but if it keeps continuing to rally overnight, it will be. And so it could, we might be rallying for now, but the USA session, it could pull back. It depends on how high we go tonight, overnight, with the futures. Okay, so hopefully that makes sense to people. Is that we talked about the longer term, is that we're still in a very long-term downtrend, 3 to 6 months, but the swing traders, we're looking at this to say, okay, maybe potential Morningstar bounce the next day or two. Day traders are saying, okay, if it's too high, we're going to short it down, or if it's low price, right? If there's high price, they're going to short it down. If it's low price, they're going to go long, right? So day traders are just playing it day by day. Swing traders were looking for this intermediate trend to really pull back down. It did pull back down a little bit here at the top trend line and is rallying still, but it's losing a little bit of momentum. So just need to be a little sensitive about that on the swing trading chart. All right, let's move on to NASDAQ futures. It's going to be similar, but it's important to get a grip on it, understand. Okay, so basically on the weekly chart, we are in a weekly downtrend on NASDAQ. It's weekly downtrend. Okay, we had our lower high last week, pull back down, but down to where? This is the interesting part. I was talking to my colleague. We fell down to the 200 EMA moving average. Our last line of defense is the bulls, right? That's why we're bouncing. So there's a higher chance we're going to bounce right at this 200 EMA than if we continue to capitulate to the downside below the 200 EMA, then we would be in big trouble. But we're bouncing off the 200 EMA. That is fine. That's good. That's normal. Where does that happen? We bounced off the 100 EMA. We bounced off the shorter term 20 EMA. We didn't bounce on the 50, but we did bounce on the 200 right now. That's why it's very interesting. We double bottomed on our RSI. There's a little bit of bullish momentum happening here on the weekly. We have a little bit of bullish momentum building on the weekly MACD histogram. Double bottom on our RSI in the daily chart. We zoom in a little bit. It wasn't a quite double bottom on NASDAQ, but still we had the bullish momentum on RSI, right? In terms of this reversal play. Now, if we zoom in to find our support levels, was there a pivot? pierced down below the pivot. If I zoom out a little bit, we do see we have this support. It used to be resistance, but it's now support on this left side where I can determine, is able to be determined where the support was. So we just really touched that, knowing that there's an invisible 200 EMA from the weekly chart right here. It's multi-time frame analysis, kind of advanced. It's not really for beginners, but just pointing that out. So we do have a potential reversal pattern that's being set up. Now, again, are we going to get followed through or not? Or is it just going to be a dead cat bounce? We had that dead cat bounce here off bearish news, right? It rallied off our USA Federal Reserve, and then European banks raised their interest rates. That was bad. And now we have technical oversold, and we have President Biden saying recession might not happen. That's good. But then again, just be careful, right? We could get that pullback tomorrow. We could also rally tomorrow if we get oversold enough, right? So again, I'm looking at this from 3 time frames. The short-term time frame is we already bounced up. The medium-term time frame is, okay, can we sustain this? So short-term traders might be looking for a pullback tomorrow. Long-term traders are looking for a pullback but continuation. Investors are looking for, okay, where are we going to find the bottom, absolute bottom of this market? Because it's not here yet. One little bounce is not the bottom of the market. It's a tradable bottom. So just looking for that. All right, we're looking at resistance as well. We have resistance at 11,511, 11713. You pull up a pivot, yeah, that's right there, or 11922, 12,000 as well. Just get some levels out there for the future play. Just to watch out again, it's not quite overbought, because right here, what I noticed is in this RSI versus this RSI, you can see that we got quite overbought off that Fed move in the market. And then it reversed on the futures chart, not on the S&P 500 chart, right? It reversed on the futures chart. So that's why I'm looking at the futures chart today. We're looking at this data. Some people are not even seeing this on their computer right now, on their terminal. But in terms of apples to apples comparison, it's not at 75 or 80 RSI overbought yet. So we could rally a little bit more and then get a little bit pulled back up at this 11,800 range. So just watch out for that. I'm not going into day trading on purpose. Okay, and one last one, and we'll move on to some individual stocks. We're looking at Dow Jones Futures, YM1. YM1 also exhibiting the Morningstar pattern. See if this closes or not. The day is not over yet for futures. So weekly, again, we are bouncing off that 200 EMA right on the dot. The 200 moving average right here, it's still our downtrend, but that's our last line of defense for bulls, so that's why it's happening technically. Are we seeing other correlations? Yes, double bottom here on the RSI. The daily, double bottom on the RSI. We have a little bit of MACD histogram momentum. Double bottom right here on our 4-hour on the candles. Right at 29,749. We're bouncing off that. Now our support level is 30,146, right above the W neckline. So I'm seeing here at one point a measure move. If it breaks to the upside, 1.37%. 1.37% would be like right here, 30,558. If it goes double the target, basically if it goes 2.6%, that would be way up here at almost 31,000. Those are 2 swing trading targets for long term. Where is that? So if somebody missed the bottom of the futures, it's okay, no problem. Just beware that it's already up. So there, for intraday day traders, could be a little bit of FOMO, right? Just missed this. It's like, oh no, I missed it. Just be patient, you know what I mean, as a day trader. Because this particular move is the pattern, the first part of the pattern is already complete, 1.5%. So on a day trading 5-minute 15, this thing's probably going to pull back possible, right? To at least retest 3161 if it's textbook. If not, we could just smash through all these resistances to the upside. But one thing to note though is the trend. The hourly, if we're looking at the swing trading, time frame, hourly, right? We've been in a downtrend for 9 to 10 days. Is this question mark going to be our reversal right here? We could be staring at it right now on the charts, because what needs to happen is we could get one pullback. That's fine, normal, as long as we never fall back below 29,750. We could create a new uptrend if there's good news, or that's the bullish scenario on all these indexes. Or it bounces up, we find a resistance level, and then we reject down to continue the downtrend. That could happen. Or we just the third is we consolidate it. We just go sideways. But the market right now, what's happening in the world, we're probably not going to consolidate. So it's either going to uptrend or it's going to rally and then downtrend reversal. So just be careful of that right now. That's why you have stop loss. Okay, let's do some individual stocks. Got to go a little faster here now that we know the indexes. It's been about 15 minutes. Okay, so let's look at Apple. We'll do some of the big names. We'll do Apple, like Tesla, AMD, Amazon, because the stock split. Okay, so Apple. Interesting to see that we did hit our second support level of 129.08, so that we did forecast that, or I did forecast that last time. And keep in mind, on these streams, I'm trying to talk to three types of people. You know, there's short-term day traders, there's intermediate swing traders, and then there's investors, right? So first off, somebody needs to know like who they are as a trader investor, and then I'm just giving the three types of analysis for people. So let's zoom out, look at our weekly. This is our long-term investing mindset. Are we in a downtrend? Yes. Long-term downtrend. Low, high, low, high, low. That's confirmed. On Apple, you notice that we're not all the way down here at the 200 EMA. So just keep that in mind as like a worst case scenario target. How far from the all-time high are we? Just doing some comparison. It's about 25% off, 27% off at the close on the weekly. Okay. In a day chart, our swing trading investing time frame, we are in a downtrend, confirmed with the daily death cross on May 25. We are seeing some bullish momentum building though. That's what I'm interested in. Even though this crashed down, this is the bullish momentum, right? RSI is not super oversold. So, okay, it's not, you know, it's not the greatest low buy ever for price, but if we zoom in, 4-hour swing trading, oh yeah. Yes, definitely. We do have some momentum here. It's just a matter of time before the pressure explodes to the upside, if it's going to happen or not. Our 1 hour, it's not extremely oversold, but this is an interesting continuation pattern where we have the pullback down and then the attempted rally to the upside, right? So it looks like the NASDAQ chart, obviously, but what can we find here? Possible, maybe upside down head and shoulders. This is our neckline. We measure this thing, but maybe about 2%. 2% would bring us right to EMA target number 2. If it breaks 2%, 4%, 137.55. These are two bullish targets as well. All right, keep in mind our support to the downside is at 130.59, 129.55 as well. So I'm not going too much into day trading. I want to zoom out and keep the big time perspective for people. Let's move on to Amazon. Amazon, interesting. This particular educational example did get stopped out, but where are we holding? We're holding on to our support down here. Fantastic. I would be more worried about Amazon stock if all of a sudden the price looked like that. If we were down here, I would be more worried about Amazon stock. But we're holding the support level of 104. That is good for Amazon. It's good for Amazon, for the market, right? This is what I want to see as a swing trader, as an investor. I want to see it stop crashing. A little bit of signs of life here in the stock market. This is good. If it started doing this, okay, that's bad, right? But we're stopping. That's good. So again, on our weekly, we hit that first low oversold on the weekly chart, bounced up. Okay, a little bit of momentum building on this potential double bottom on Amazon. If I bring a Fibonacci into the pandemic low, ooh, right at the 786. Interesting. Another clue that it's getting to an interesting spot in the market. The day chart is showing us we do have some of the support here. So now I'm wondering, All right. If we're not going to go below basically $102 on Amazon, okay, are we about to rally one more time? Because you could see the big weekly potential W here at a bullish case scenario. All this resistance is a target, specifically 115 and 125. But always having the flip side scenario in my mind is it could bounce up and then reject down if there's more bad news or more bad selling. Because if you've been watching the news, CNBC and Bloomberg, during market open hours, excuse me, market open hours, it's a tongue twister, there's been institution fund managers coming on TV and saying, we're shorting tech stocks. We've been shorting tech stocks for 6 months to 1 year. They're telling people what they're doing, right? So it is interesting to see that correlation in the market where if everybody on TV and everybody I know is thinking about selling, or everybody online is scared or afraid or panicking or not sure, undecided about the market. We hear the R word, recession, everywhere on the news right now. If everybody's selling, are there any sellers left in the market, right? Because do we reach a tradable bottom? All these things combined. It's going to be the big question for the next 2 weeks. Just something to think about. So 4 hours. Nice. We made this higher low, June 16, 9 a.m. my time. And we do have an open MACD right here at the bottom side. So it's going to be interesting. We're going to get this rally continuation on Amazon this week or not. High, low. It would be great to make a higher high. Could go to 112, could go to 115, could go to 120. That would be very nice. If I treat this like a double bottom, which it sort of is, 7%, phenomenal. If we break 7%, wow, that would be 118. Let's put the X marks spot on that. I might play Amazon. It's interesting, right? If I just happen to buy right now, what's the stop loss, for example? It's like 5%, and then the 10%. It's a 2-to-1 trade, basically, or 1.75 to 1 trade on a small to medium-sized capital education. Why? Because this support is held 5 times, basically. That's why. If it happened 1 time, not really. 2 times, okay, great. Because I did play this exactly if you watch my stream. I bought here and I sold here. But now it's like, okay, the second time that we're down here, all right. We'll see if there's signs of life on Amazon. All right, so hopefully the support 102, 100. If we lose 100 on Amazon, might be a little bit worried about that down here. All right, let's move on. Let's look at Tesla. Okay. Weekly Tesla. So you could obviously see here for past 2 years, past 1 to 2 years, Tesla in the downtrend. But there is that large level of support for Tesla right above 573. And Tesla is filing for their 3-to-1 stock split in a couple months from now in the shareholders meeting. Just something to think about. If they're 3-to-1, that would be what? It would go about to like 220 a share, $200 to $220 a share. That's not that bad, you know? So just something to think about. All right, EMAs, right? Just like Apple, there's still room here to fall in a long-term 3 to 6 month picture. We've tested our EMAs on the way down, but we haven't tested this 200 on individual stock basis. So just keep that in mind. Our weekly is not super oversold. We did have some double bottom MACD histogram, but as well, can we establish the higher low right here? Just turn everything off for a second. On the daily chart, which I'm on now, can I establish the higher low as a trader? If we never go above 620, right down here at this gray line, that would be wonderful for bulls. Okay, so bulls, their support level that we're all staring at, Tesla right here, 623. Let me put it in the blue line for next time. If we lose 623, meaning the price goes down and keeps crashing, that's not good. Once we lose, we're probably going to retest it and then go down. But that's the bearish scenario. Bullish scenario is we hold this 630, 622, bounce up from here, maybe try to retest it. And if we can maintain that, there might be a little bit of signs of life of a bullish reversal. Okay, we do have a gap resistance right here in the 675 range. So it's just stuck right under there. It's stuck between these two boxes. I'll leave that there for next time. So if we place support and resistance as our guide, it's very obvious, these two lines here. Just watch for the break of 677 or the breakdown of 623, and then we'll know, are we going up or are we going down on Tesla? It's still in the death cross, so there's greater than 50% chance long-term we're going to go down on this, but I'm talking about swing trading, like medium-term trading right now. Just trying to catch like one leg up and then sell. Because we do have MACD histogram. Although the intraday, this MACD, the green part is falling, the MACD EMAs are open, and we have a little bit of bullish momentum on the RSI and the purple on the bottom. I'm going fast for sake of time. Okay, so we do have a little bit, it's not quite a double bottom, but again, holding above 640, and again, we have this this double MACD histogram right here. That's building. It didn't quite get super oversold here, so just want to exercise caution, a little bit of caution on Tesla. For example, visually what it looks like is if I'm going to play this right now, it's a 5% stop loss to the downside and maybe a 7% maximum, like easy 10%. Okay, so at least 1.5 that I do, so 8 to 10%. I'll do the lower number just because it's Tesla. Right, we'll watch to see. Are we just gonna blast through tomorrow and next 3 days and get up to here? That would be great. It's easy swing trade. But on the 4 hour, it's still a downtrend. So it's gonna take some time. It's gonna take like a week or two to really confirm that for a swing trader. Because the hourly as well is still in this down cross. Right, you can see it. We had an up cross. It went sideways, death cross, down. But I'm trying to play this one bounce if it's gonna happen. Buying on Friday was actually a great spot, right? So somebody, like I didn't buy Tesla at the bottom here. I didn't play Tesla since, I bought Tesla here at 640s and I sold it up here just like Amazon at the upper 770s. I played this one swing. So that was a little bit more predictable, right? This one is a little bit more like yellow light. Maybe it could happen. I want to see a little bit more signs of life before I enter into that. So watch out for that on Tesla. Let's do AMD. Let's do AMD. I was talking about AMD this past weekend with my colleagues. Okay, so monthly and weekly. I don't need to really look at a monthly too much right now, but we'll just look at a weekly. So what I'm concerned about on AMD first is, okay, when I look at this chart, I see this large head and shoulders with the neckline. AMD was, if this is textbook, it should have went down 45%, which is extremely bad. That would be $60 AMD, which I would love to buy that, by the way, as a trader. Bull. So that's the target. I mean, if it's extreme, like if some extreme bad news happens, it's probably not going to happen, but negative 90% AMD, it's probably not going to happen, but that target's $10 down there. That's a super worst case scenario. But it is getting a little bit close to the 200 EMA. What I do want to point out, though, is just using some comparison analysis, is we hit the 160 range up here. This is why it's good to look at charts, okay? Because if you just stare at a watch list right here, like here, you're not getting the full story. If I look at the price chart, I say, wait a second, what's the highest price of AMD all time? 160, basically, the close. It was like 156 to 165. So it's like 162 or 160 right here. So then what's half of that? 162, 81. We are basically right there. That's why I think AMD actually, there's a chance that we could bounce right here because it's 50% off. Stock market low is 50% off. That's why it's like, wait a second, there's all these little subtle clues that we might bounce soon for swing trading. All these little subtle clues. Right, because if it's 50% off and we zoom into a 4 hour, so I know, and we have this double bottom RSI and then double MACD bullish, it's like, wait a second, we might bounce just a little bit. in AMD. If we go 6% to the next resistance level up here at 86.34, I would only need like a 3% stop loss. So I might take this trade personally. We'll see, right? Test the theory if it's true, if it's gonna work or not in this market, the 50% off theory. On our hourly, it's still relatively low. It's not, we're still in a clear downtrend though on this price. Okay, so that's why I'm being a little bit cautious, but can we make upside down head and shoulders or a little bit of a triangle? It's actually a little bit of a triangle, right? But if we can hold above 80, that's the big line in the sand for AMD. Tesla, we just talked about it, but if we don't go below 80, that would be wonderful for AMD. Get a little bit this bullish upside down head and shoulders momentum. 2% to 4%, 2% would be 84, and then 86. If we break above 86, people are going to love that, right? So all I'm looking for, this reminds me of Bitcoin a couple months ago, where it was stuck downtrending, they got stuck in one of these triangles, breakout, pull back, and then uptrend. That's what I'm looking for, a swing trader. Okay, so the thing is just the long-term mindset. Can we go into recession? It's possible, yes. Are we downtrending as an investor long-term? Yes. These medium-term time frame swing trading, can we bounce up for like 2 days or 3 days or maybe even a week? Yes, definitely possible. Day trading, just it's gonna play their algorithms. If it's too high, it's gonna short. If it's too low, it's gonna go up in general, right? So I'm not even gonna talk about day trading right now. All right, let's do one more. What else on here? Refresh the chat. All right, let's just look at this. Let's look at a big volume mover from last time. I know Revlon has been going crazy. Price movements. So personally, I have a rule for myself. I don't touch those types of stocks. I don't even do analysis on those types of stocks. So I play big market cap stocks because there's liquidity in those. I do not gamble in the stock market or crypto market. I do not do that. So I don't even look at it. So that's just actually one educational example for FOMO is I know what I do in the market and I know what I do not do in the market. I don't just get pulled around by everything on the news or everything that goes big green. I ignore it on purpose. That's how I survived for so long in the market as a trader. Okay. So let's see. You know what? Instead of stocks, let's go look at some commodities really fast. Let's look at oil because crude oil futures did crash this past weekend. I was watching it Saturday and Sunday. So, like I said, if you've been following me on my stream, there is a potential entry way back here in December. We're talking about this, right? The crash, the higher low, we didn't go, this just like AMD and Tesla we're talking about right now. If this happens, we didn't go below our higher low, and then we rallied on the Russia-Ukraine war and supply chain situation that happened, right? And then 1 or 2 weeks ago, we talked about, okay, we're inside of this, basically this symmetrical triangle here. And then we had the breakout on oil, and then I was saying, well, start watching out for the pullback on USO, on UNG. I'm not the only one who's saying that. There's other people on TradingView that setup was happening, and then we finally broke down in this big weekly candle to the downside. Right? It's huge, negative 10%. Okay, some retail traders, they have like a relatively I'm just saying that's a big deal because some people have millions of dollars in these trades, right? It's not just retail people who have like, anywhere from $1,000 to $100,000 in their portfolios, right? Some people, like on TV, I saw somebody doing a $2 million Netflix options trade, right? There's people like that out there in the market. So 10% is kind of a big move, right? 10% is kind of a big move, right? So just want to watch out for that. I haven't traded USO that much because I did enter down here back in December, sit through the gas. So, sometimes when things go up too high, you just pass on it. That's what I learned in the market is if somebody in the world accidentally bought, or not accidentally, but they FOMO'd in a bot right here in June, USO, they got burned real bad in the market. So sometimes that's what I learned. If it's either too high for too long, I just pass. Or I do TA and say, you know what, I would love it if USO came down to right here, 93 or 88, or excuse me, not USO, but if light crude oil futures price came down to 104 or 95, 86 or 76, 70, 63. I mean, now that all looks like wonderful discount, right? But where are we going with this, with oil? Okay, if we just trust the charts, at Fibonacci, right? We're touching above the 382 level. We're stuck below the 50 EMA to be exact. Right, so this is why trading view and technical analysis helps. If I turn everything off, we're just floating in the middle of nowhere. But if I actually turn on some of the general tools that everybody uses, is actually no, we're right under the 50 EMA. So there's something happening in the market right now. We're testing the previous candle week low, which happens to be a previous support level. Now it's our resistance of 110.87. We did have this pullback. We start to get this little MACD down cross right on the EMA. It's very sensitive. The day chart did already cross down. Let's see, 4 hours. We hit that low just like Bitcoin. So interesting that everything's happening at the same time, right? We have our indexes crashing, Bitcoin crashing. Bitcoin already went significantly recovered the past 2 days. It was wonderful, right? But you can see here on the charts, we had double MACD bullish. We had our double bottom RSI. Phenomenal. I could already tell from experience, 5-minute 15 is getting a little bit overbought right now. So it's probably going to pull back in the day trading time frames. But for swing traders, they're probably still playing this triangle right here. The sim triangle, 2.58%. 2.58%. We didn't really hit that yet. If we use a conservative target, it's like 1.5. So we hit that target, 2%. Happens to be our resistance. If we go 4%, where is that? That's our EMA. It's all related. $113. If we can maintain the uptrend reversal on the shorter term time frame, the 1 hour is down crossed, downtrend. It's going to be make or break time for USO. Can they recover? And for oil futures, can we recover to the upside, or are we going to pull back, reject down, and downtrend? So support is 110, and support is 107 and 106. Okay, so just watch out for that. Okay, let's look at natural gas futures. We get some additional data. NG1. I'm gonna move to crypto. Okay, so NG1 is, I'm not the only one that was calling the bearish pullback momentum. Okay, it finally happened. We went to like $9. 950 was basically our all-time high on NG1 for now, the yearly high. Bearish momentum. We start to get this weekly MACD down cross. Okay. Day chart, one other easy way to see the break is draw one trend line. We lose that, game over. Right? Easy. Keep it simple. Keep it simple. It's in this upward rising wedge, which time and time again, 1, 2, 3. The fourth one was our bad. It didn't hold. It's too high. So again, for me too, I played UNG, but I didn't play the end of UNG ETF for futures because it's so high. I don't want to buy that. I do not want to buy that. It's too high for me, the price. No, thank you. So as a trader investor, in my mind and my heart and my emotions, I say no, thank you to high price assets, chasing green, chasing money, chasing green percentage. I don't do that. Where would I want it to be? Where do I want it to come into? Let the trade come to me. 650, $6, 588, 480, 3, 4. I like those prices better, just on a price to price comparison. Our 4 hour, it is low. RSI, it's interesting that UNG didn't bounce that, so I'm anticipating there might be a bounce on this, on UNG or NG1 futures, because it's just so low on the RSI here, unless there's some breaking news that I haven't seen yet. 4 hours death cross, but 1 hour is low. So this one's a little bit delayed in terms of the reaction. USO had its reaction already, but there's obvious resistance above right here at 680 to 690. I'll put that in there, but there's almost this double bottom right here. It's a little bit of holding this 667 range price. I would like to see a bounce up. Potential trade here, right? Is this the exact same? UNG, no, you see UNG is different chart. So if we flip back and forth, it's not the same. So this is more of a futures trading play. If anyone does futures out there. But, 3% to downside, 6% upside risk, small, medium-sized amount of capital. And play it accordingly. Okay. Take a quick just glance at gold. And then we'll go to crypto. So gold trying to test the 100 EMA to the downside. It's not quite oversold as some of our other assets that we've been looking at. It's not even oversold. So gold is kind of in floating in the middle. It could go either way. Let me just erase this. Let's use not Oanda. Use forex.com. So what I'm seeing here is we do have the downtrend, but I do see a longer term potential uptrend. So again, this key 1810 higher low is key for me. Because if we're not getting extreme volatility on gold, then I just have to play the resistance and support safely. Right, there's 4 levels just right here. So 1881, 1858, 1810, and then 1790 are resistance and support. It's basically stuck between these 2 boxes. That's all we need to know, basically, on gold for now. Okay, so the big break on either side as a swing trader investor is going to be my guide. Right now, it's in the middle of the channel, so I want to see, okay, is it going to downtrend or is it going to uptrend? I want that to reveal itself to me first. All right, last one, silver. Forex.com. Weekly, so silver was very strange in that it's just been in this giant flag. It used to be a flag, but now it's just kind of this wedge, slightly descending wedge, but it is at the support level. I like that, right? As a bull long, I like that. 22, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 time. If we can maintain the higher low, great. We can see an uptrend. How long could that take? Sometimes it takes 3 months. Sometimes it takes 2 months. 56 days to 100 days. But I like the fact that this held the support and we're not crashing on it so hard yet. So if I was going to trade this, for example, it's a little bit longer, right? It's more investment play. So 6% to downside, 12% to the upside, and then just let it go. Right? Just let it go. Trying to maintain the higher low right here at $21. Phenomenal. If I can get this to go to the upside, if the price goes up, lovely trade. All right, let's move on to crypto. I might go like 20 minutes longer today. Okay, crypto. So let me explain 2 things. I did draw this long-term head and shoulders reversal. We've been talking about this for 6 months now, that there is a chance we could go down to 15,000, 20,000 or 15,000 or 10,000 Bitcoin. Where did we just tap? We just tapped above 17,000. So we lost 20,000, we lost 25,000, lost 20,000, right? This weekly trend line, if I zoom out on the Bitstamp chart, still exists. Might have to tighten it up just a little bit, okay? Just tighten that up just a little bit to get accurate numbers. So anywhere between 12,000 and 20,000. So 15, 16,000 is that medium point, and we just kind of got close. 18,000 is pretty close, right? Now, everyone's wondering, okay, what's going to happen with crypto? What's going to happen? Well, on this Bitcoin chart, Bitstamp, all right, we are in the downtrend. Everybody knows that. Lower low, lower high, lower low on the weekly. If we can hold above 17,000, which we are, but if we can hold above 20,000 or anywhere between 17 to 20,000, can we create the lower high bounce. That's what the market is probably looking at right now. Because if I'm going to the market with this analysis of, okay, indexes, stock indexes might bounce up, tech stocks might bounce up, even oil itself might bounce up short term. So crypto already bounced up. Now can it maintain that momentum and keep bouncing up if there's no bad news? Why do we crash? Because it's that chain reaction. Last week I was saying we have the inflation and the interest rate data from FOMC that's going to shake the market. And then it did. We lost the support and went to downside. I didn't touch anything as a long. I waited until now, right? So watch out for that. Now, we did bounce up the past 3 days. You can see it here. We do have this. We finally hit the weekly oversold on our Bitcoin. That's a key. That's key. Why? That has never happened since 2019. Is it the lowest price of all time? No. I would love if Bitcoin actually went lower because it's still we're on the downside of this. We're on the downtrend of this. We're not uptrending right now. So if everyone always asks me, when is Bitcoin going to moon? When are we going to 60,000? When are we going to 100,000? Well, it has to reverse the trend first. It's just to be very simple. If the trend is down like this, it is not going to 65,000 yet. Okay. If the way it's going to do that is it needs to reverse and then never come back down. Then we're going to pummel through 30, 40, 50, 60, 90, 100,000. Is that happening right now in this moment in time? No, not yet. That's why the patience is critical. Wait for it. Also, just fundamentally here, we did have there's a Binance lawsuit that happened like 2 weeks ago. Coinbase, basically firing 18% of their staff because if you've been experienced in crypto, you know when the crypto winter comes, when the downtrend comes, just do nothing as a long investor. Like no new trades for me. If we look here, December 2017 to the bottom of December 2018, exactly 1 year, negative 80% off Bitcoin. Love it. Then you see the trend reverses up. Then this is that one, like there's an Asia trader who orchestrated that millions of dollars buy. I was on the computer when this happened live, this candle. I was like, whoa, what is going on? But then that kickstarted the rally. You see the downtrend going into the uptrend. Are we uptrending right now? No. We got to get that in our minds as traders and investors. We did have the uptrend for 2 years, and now you can see we're downtrending. Yes, we do have these intermediate bounces to the upside, right? So what's kind of, sometimes there's let me bring up the ATR. You could just, I don't want to eyeball it. You just kind of get a real measurement. 1945 on the daily. So the average true range over a 14-day period, 1945 is, it's like 10%. So right now in Bitcoin, there's a plus or minus 10% from the current price. So the bearish target could be 18,385. The bullish target to the upside, right where I drew it, could be like 22,500, which is not that much higher than it is right now. So it already bounced. Okay, we're still in the downtrend. So I am not expecting Bitcoin to moon anytime soon. The only thing I'm expecting is maybe a carbon copy of this happening in May. Because that's the last time we had a big pullback in the crypto market where it went down 50%. How far are we down from the all-time high of crypto? I can grab it. About 60, it did go 70%, about 68%, that 618. Right? It actually hit a 786, but it's 60% off. So now I'm thinking about there might be something like this happening with these two boxes in Bitcoin price, where you might get these, we could bounce to the upside. We could bounce all the way 25, 26,000, retest that. But the question remains, are we still in the downtrend? Yes. Even if we bounce up 10%, 20%, it's still downtrending. I have to remember that. I'm going to keep repeating it every stream until we're out of the downtrend. If we're still in the downtrend, I'm going to call it as it is. This is how we reduce FOMO, reduce bad plays, reduce panic selling or panic buying is, are we in the downtrend? Okay. Not mooning, right? We're not going to 60,000 yet. The only thing I'm looking for, we're going to get these like plus 10 or plus 20 swing trading bounces if somebody's going to try to play lows. So we did have this 4-hour oversold on Bitcoin. When did that happen? That happened 2 days ago on Saturday for me. And there's a nice rally. We did have a nice altcoin rally as well. The hourly, we see right here, we double bottom above 18,000. Beautiful play, beautiful play. I remember that, it's kind of getting oversold, like, oh yeah, we might reverse here. We had upside down head and shoulders, little dirty one, but it's there on the price. 8% to the target. Did we go 8%? Still sideways, upside down head and shoulder. Did we go 8%? Yes, that's why first target's hit. That's why the market's selling off right now. Second target would be 16%, which is my gray line up here. It's all related. All these bots and algorithms, they are definitely just executing whatever they do to long or short side, right? But now somebody's going to ask me thinking, well, should I buy right now in the swing trade? If you want the highest chance, it's not low. The price is not relatively low, right? That's why. So crypto is about timing. It's about forecasting and then properly getting in and getting in as low as you can, right? If I look at this chart and say, where is the lowest spot? In spot A, B, or C, there's obviously B, right? C might happen. Well, if it's going to turn into an upside down head and shoulders, then C is okay to buy as well. But the chance of that happening, maybe. There's a double bottom here, but we need to break above where? 21K for that to happen. So there's actually, if you actually zoom in, there's actually a small head and shoulders, right? So the market is fighting right now. The market is fighting for direction. Okay, that's why crypto's like tricky right now. Being a trader, being an investor, this is not free sailing, easy summer 2022, summer or winter, spring 2021 like Dogecoin. It's not easy right now. I was talking to one of my older colleagues. This is probably one of the hardest times to be a trader investor. The past 2 years have been terrible, right? We had the pandemic into a war, into social unrest that like we haven't seen in the past 10 years, right? Things are not really going so great right now. So for me, I'm not being super aggressive in anything right now with my trading. It's like I'm waiting for extremely high probability setup. There was the June 18 double bottom, but I chose not to play it, right? I do see this potential head and shoulders here, so I'm not going to buy that as a swing trader, even though it's maybe. This is not fulfilled yet until we have to have the break of $20,000. Then it becomes a confirmed head and shoulders, and it'll probably go down to like 19,000, the halfway point, if it happens. So just watch out for that. So hopefully I gave people enough target and analysis to get a grip on Bitcoin, and then we don't have to panic it so much, right? I could just relax. From a certain perspective, stock trading and crypto trading, it's a man-made endeavor, right? Like nature, I mean, somebody could make an argument, but nature's not trading crypto, right? Nature's not stock swing trading Apple stock. Only humans do that. So we just relax a little bit. Just relax. Protect profits, protect principal capital, risk management, stop loss. But then in the waiting period, just kind of relax and do some charting. All right, let's go back to total really fast because I skipped that. So total, we lost this total market cap. We're at the 618, the 1.13 trillion. We lost that. Our target was supposed to be this 729 billion to the downside, but it looks like it stopped in this particular range on the yellow on this left side, right here. So it looks like 800 billion market cap was kind of our low. And it got a little bit too oversold on the daily. Our weekly, we finally got oversold. That's only happened on this chart 4 times. So for me, I'm like, okay, if I'm thinking I want to invest in crypto, it's going to be someday soon, right? On the 4-hour, it's same thing with Bitcoin, so I'm not going to do this again. But there could be a bullish upside down head and shoulders to the upside. Let's just get that target there. It's 30% to the upside, which would make the entire market go green. That would be great. That's the 1.0 trillion target too. Nice whole number. But on the intraday, if we're getting this rounding top, head and shoulders type of thing, then we could watch out for the support 856 and 820 as well to the downside. Okay. If we snapshot this chart, is it the lowest low right now in the price? No, because it was lower 2 days ago. That's why crypto, sometimes if you're a crypto trader, you're trying to be one, or if you're starting out, or if you're already a crypto trader, is sometimes you have to look on the weekends. Sometimes you have to look on the weekends. I've seen back in the golden days of Binance.com, I've seen 100% moves on a Saturday to the upside. That doesn't happen that much in the US market anymore. But I've seen like 400% moves on one weekend. That was in the glory days of Binance.com. But it's not like that anymore in USA. Alrighty. So our H1 is not super oversold. Our H1 is not super oversold. Are we still in the downtrend? Yes, we are. Is it above EMAs? It is. So that's why we need to not drop below 850 billion or 800 billion in the circle down here. We need to not fall below that. If we could keep rallying, wonderful, beautiful. Okay, let's keep moving on here. If anybody has any requests for a stock or crypto, please let me know now. I'm gonna end the stream soon. Let's do Ethereum. And you'll notice that if you're wondering, like, no FOMO charts, why don't you ever do such and such small altcoin or, you know, this other altcoin? It's because I play the majors. I didn't play ApeCoin, right? I just have my own criteria that I know what I do in the market, I know what I do not do, and then I ignore everything else. So ETH/USDT, a big market cap coin. I like a Kraken chart because it's a big, nice, clean chart. If you have any last minute stock or crypto requests, just go ahead and let me know and we'll do it and we'll close the stream out. Just go ahead and type it right now in the chat box, live chat. All right, so Ethereum, I've been talking about this head and shoulders here for months, right? The total market cap already talked about it. So let's get this measurement here already, right? It's already been here for a long time. So 65% to downside potential. 65% would be 791. If we do the larger side, go 80 to 90% to downside, which 80% off from the all-time high would be like $500, or from the break of the neckline. It goes 90% off. That would be like a $250 Ethereum, which would be wonderful for investment. On this chart from 2020 loaded, the pandemic high, we're right at our 76 level here. We just hit the oversold weekly. We hit the oversold daily. Still in the downtrend, mind you, right? Be mindful of it. We're still in the downtrend, right? And we have a little bit of bullish momentum that's developing right now. Or it's actually break bullish, but now I'm going to see, are we going to pull back? Yes or no? On a swing trading time frame, we're going to pull back, yes or no? Before bullish case, pull back, establish probably support above 1,000, probably above 1,000, right? Higher low, and then, you know, rally to the upside. If not, you break below and then rally down. Just watch out for that. The swing trader, the numbers that I'm looking at, we'll call it out right now. Resistance 1058, 1089, 1133, 1169. Support to downside 941, 900, 879. I'm putting a lot in there just because people can use it for reference for next time. Okay, I'm putting a lot like that. Let me check my Discord. Okay, no comments. One thing is the price is going sideways below the trend line, so you just want to watch out for that. It's probably creating another little triangle itself, a little same triangle up there. So the measure move of that is plus or minus 7%. Okay. Another way to quickly look at it, if I just open up a Huobi chart, so we know we're downtrending, but sometimes I like Fibonacci We use our, if it goes down here to 1068, 1036, 1030, or even 1000, I might want to go long here as a test, or wait for the super low oversold on the RSI crash, right? That's what a lot of experienced people are looking for. If you're a crypto trader, try to buy the lowest price possible. Usually when there's a flash crash, which there was, right? 26% in 2 days, phenomenal gains. If people played that right. BNB, Binance Coin. BNB, here's the thing. One trade gets stopped out, no problem. Don't give up on the market. Right? That's what I was saying last time. You might have to try multiple times to catch the bottom. So BNB USDT, we're still in this downtrend right now. We're just bouncing off the 200 EMA. That was the obvious target, 186, right? We have this MACD, histogram, momentum that's building, the low RSI that's building. We have a double bottom on our RSI. We have our MACD histogram building on our day chart. Phenomenal. It's good. It's still downtrending on the day, right? Low, high, low, high, low. So can we make a lower high to 250? That's going to be the question. Can we do it this month? Another question. So a lot of these charts looks very similar. We have the potential upside down head and shoulders that will bring us back up to that 250 mark. If we break bull, we have to break above 220 and keep going. If not, it's going to fold over one time. Maybe we'll make a double bottom or just another retest of 200 somewhere down here in the 200 price. Yep, it's stuck under that pivot as well. 1 hour chart in the uptrend. See if we can maintain that uptrend. This is good in the short-term uptrend. If we can maintain it to the upside though, right? Lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. And then we reversed. But it's a little bit on the overbought side. All right, I'll do let me do one more. Let's do Cardano because I talked about it last time on the risk. Thanks so much for watching, following. If you have any last minute stock chart and crypto chart requests, let me know because the stream is about to end very soon. We covered a lot today. I gave a lot of information and education away for free. So, if people want to follow me, go ahead and follow me. My social media links are available. And if you want to donate to me here on TradingView or YouTube, PayPal, go ahead and do that. It's always appreciated. Keep the ideas flowing and these streams going. I will look at Cardano USDT. What was I talking about last time? So in this particular example, right, if I bought, I think it was right at this particular candle, the June 12th candle or something like that, where I had like a 3% or 6% stop loss. For that particular example, got stopped out, right? But if we're using small amount of capital, it's no problem. One thing I did notice is, again, just like Amazon chart, the support level is surviving here, okay? So where is that support level? 45 cents, basically. So Cardano now, the yellow line I drew in the sand for Cardano is we put a 45 cents as our support level. If we never go below that, that's going to be fantastic. That's going to be very good for bulls. This is the fourth major time on a day chart that we've hit that, right? So 3% might be a little bit too close for the stop loss, right? For like trading, because that got stopped out multiple times. Might have to increase that to a bigger, where's the bigger candle wick? Like 15% or 20% for like an investment on small amount of capital. All right, bring our ATR back up. Let's just see on the day chart. It's been moving about 6 cents. All right, so 6 cents is what? That's 13% up or down. That's why that stop loss was a little too small. I was doing it as an educational example. So now our targets are upside is 55%, downside is 43%. Just in case we lose this break, what's 10% down from here? 10% down here is 40 cents. So if we can hold above, definitely 45, and if definitely above 40, Cardano might have some signs of life. So we have to remember, crypto, these are all penny stocks, right? It's under $1, most of these, many of them. So just watch out for it. It looks visually like this is not a big move from here down to here. That's a huge move. That's negative like 20%. Okay. So if somebody all-ins puts all their money in, all in, and then they lose. It looks like they're not going to lose a lot, but then they lose 20%, like $2,000 or $20,000. That's not okay. That's bad. So for trading, just you always want to do a small amount of capital, risk management. This is educational. Small amount of capital, right? A lot of people on the internet, the general rule is you risk 1% of capital. You're only risking $100. So you put, if you have a $10,000 account, you only put $1,000 into the trade with a 10% stop loss, then you're safe. Not all in plays and then close your eyes. That's zero risk management. That's gambling, right? So you don't want to do that. A trader doesn't want to do that. That's bad risk management. Okay, so we do have this descending triangle here. Again, it seems to be consolidating here. The support is good, but we could rally up to the 57 cents and just tighten up here. So a couple scenarios for Cardano in the next couple months, 1 or 2 months. We could rally to 58 cents. We could break out to 70 and pull back to 55. That happens too, just on these, based upon these numbers that I'm seeing. And then if we go super bull, we can rally up as such. Or we can consolidate in here until the market decides what to do with inflation and interest rates. Or we bounce up, and then a worst case scenario, once if we lose 45 cents on Cardano, that's a big, big red flag, everybody. That is not good. Because we've been holding it for 3 months. But if we lose it, not good. Okay. So I already covered Bitcoin and Ethereum and all the big ones. So you might have to rewind for that. But just watch out if you're trying to day trade this, is the day trading, it might pull back because it's already bounced off its low. So it might pull back anywhere to like 46.82, 46.82, the 46 cent range. Again, it's not very low oversold area. So it's not the lowest price for trading right now. It's a little bit in the neutral to the high side for swing trading, day trading. Okay. All right, everybody. Looks like we don't have any requests for today. It is still like a holiday for some people in the USA, continuation. So I think we're going to call the stream here. We're going to close it out. So thank you so much for watching and joining. I covered stocks, stock futures, some commodities, cryptocurrencies, and some altcoins with a lot of information, education, and knowledge sprinkled throughout. So thank you so much for watching. If you like what you see here, if you learned something, if you like these streams, go ahead and give me a follow on TradingView, YouTube, Twitch, Discord. Donations are always appreciated to keep the ideas and the streams going every week. It helps with the ideas to keep them flowing. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you have a good week, and I'll see you next weekend. Thank you. Bye-bye.